Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food on Facebook and YouTube. And look, I got a new mug for little cups of bulletproof coffee. Love it. I still use the ones that my pickle Joyce sent me though for my kombucha tea. But that is a little Villeroy and Bach that I got at Home Goods yesterday. Oh, the excitement never ends for little. It is all about small pleasures, be it food or things like this. And in my, I would say it was my junk drawer, but it's all my measuring cups and spoons. I traded what colors I've been using for my measuring spoons that I always keep out and ready for two different color ones. The fun never ends at this house, I'm telling you. You think you've got an exciting life? Just take a page from mine. Well, speaking of exciting lives, I just listened to this interview with this psychologist and this woman that is unhappy with her weight. Okay, so let me give you the setup and see if you can see anything in what I'm saying. She's 57 and been happily married for 37 years. No issues with that. She has 4 sons, and they've all turned out okay. She has 4 grandchildren, and so far they're all turning out okay too. She has no problem being a public speaker. She MCs events. She's also a public singer. She has great friends. She has a great life. But it's for those persnickety pounds. She feels that she could be happy if she could lose the weight. Kind of interesting. So I was gathering as I was listening to her, it's like you have the life that most of us only wish we could have had, because we can't go back and be 20 and, meet a nice guy, be happily married, have the kids. We can't go back and undo all of that. And she's very lucky. She's very blessed. She doesn't know the turmoil that a lot of us have been through, being a single parent, having something go wrong with our children, having money issues, having health issues. Just everything is perfect for her except the weight. And she knows she should be happy, but she's got this weight that she just wants to lose. So I thought, well, this will be interesting how the psychologist handles her. Because there are some people that would say, suck it up, Fluffy, you've got a good thing. And there were other people that would say they're there, right? And so, of course, it was determined that she is very super sensitive. Now, I used to be sensitive too, back before I learned to really count my blessings. I don't know if any of you have ever done that, but being 66, I'm able to say that there was a good part of my life that made me very super sensitive to other people. And then I learned a term probably from some counselor I was seeing. God knows there were a legion of them, American legion of counselors. Then I realized that the way that I would describe myself is more sensitive than most. So it just would stop the conversation because nobody was like planning on fixing me. And then over the years, as the knocks of life got me, I came to realize that I thought I had a problem then. I was at the top of my world. Well, and of course, I don't know if any of you identify with this woman. If it was only for the weight, I would be happy, right? So a lot of us maybe still think that way, and it's really hard to deal with it. So I love how this guy deals with her. He says, he asked her how much she wanted to lose, and she said, and he said, when was the last time that you weighed that? And she told him, and then he said, were you happy then? And she said, no, I thought I wanted to lose more. I thought when I looked at a picture of myself 10 or 20 years before that, I thought if only I could have gone back to that time when the picture showed me. And then he said, and what did that tell you? And she said, I thought back then that if I only lost weight, I'd be happy. And now I look at that picture of me, so we're probably talking 30 years ago or something. If only I had known how great I looked back then. So, it's very, very interesting how we go along with our happiness is equal to our weight. And I recently did a video on the dreaded scale. And our happiness for the day could even be based on what that dang number said. So we carry a lot with us. And the male psychologist, was willing to tell us in this podcast that he understands that this is how women are. And it's not like something that we're going to get over. Some of us can get past it, but getting over it, I don't know. It's just part of my fabric. The pretty enough, the skinny enough, the have money enough, the cute enough boyfriend, the kids that are always good, all that kind of stuff. The best of this and I can top you and all the little benchmarks, earmarks, levels of achievement that we use to measure ourselves against others that equates our own self-worth. And, oh, God, what we do to ourselves. And, of course, she binges. What's up with that? So, I know a lot of people have the binging issue. And Lord knows I had it when I was younger. I don't have it now. What I have now is an addiction to too many vegetables. It's true. I will eat too many. I don't have a full button for vegetables anymore. So it's kind of like the full button for the sugar and flour items that I used to not have a full button for has shifted over to healthy vegetables. It is kind of funny. And no, I'm not sensitive about it, and I'm not going to a counselor about it. But it's true, I just fill that bowl with veggies. And so anyway, it's just kind of funny. So I'm happy with everything but my weight. Is that how you would describe yourself? And so if you are happy with everything else and you don't have anything else to worry about, have anxiety about, dislike yourself about, fret about, be frantic about, but your weight, how about doing something about your weight at that point? If you invest everything in, I'm really happy, but, that but that Dr. Phil always says, everything that comes before the but means nothing if you put a but in that sentence. So how about if you did do something about your weight? The psychologist said to her, if you've been doing something for 15 years and you're not happy with yourself, and you thought doing that for 15 years shoulda, woulda, coulda made you happy, maybe it's time to change that. Same thing with exercise. Some people keep doing the same exercise day in, day out. And I just read this fabulous Men's Health. I know, you're shocked, Men's Health, me, about this young man that went to the gym, and he decided to learn from these senior citizen men, these older retired men who are gym rats, what is their secret? How do they do it? And so he's of the age where, and the competition of dead weights, right? So how much can he lift? And so one of the, I love these men, they were so great. He said to him, so what happens when you reach your goal of lifting that amount of weight? And he goes, well, then I add 10 pounds. And he goes, well, what happens when you reach that weight that you can lift? What are you going to do then? He goes, I'm going to add 10 pounds. And so he said, okay, so say we've done that 6 times, and now you're lifting 60 more pounds than you were lifting before. And suddenly you hurt yourself and you're sidelined and you can't do anything for 6 months and you gain 20 or 30 pounds. Was it worth it? Who were you in competition with? He said, what if that first weight that you were lifting, you just kept lifting it and you were really happy with it and you had more time for other things because you weren't obsessed with building up to weighing being able to lift 60 pounds more. What happens if what you're doing is working and you're maintaining the weight that you want to be at? Like, say you've lost the weight and you've got your exercise routine down. And the guy went, oh, wow, I guess I'm learning a lot from you guys. Then there was another one. And every day he gets on the bike and he goes real fast for a little bit and then he slows down for a little bit. And then he goes real fast for a little bit and then he slows down for a little bit. And so the young guy interviewing him said, so you've been doing intermittent sprinting or running or cycling or something like that? And he goes, no, I just go real fast and then I slow down for a while. Because of course he doesn't know, what the term is for it now. He knows that this is what he does. So he's in his cycling class, which is his daily or whatever his routine is, how many times a week. And he's doing it. And so he gets there and he gets there early because he likes to do his warm up because he's got his recipe, right? And so this young, kind of petulant, it's all about me, comes in and all the bikes are taken. And so she begins to do a little entitled meltdown about, well, if I don't get my bike and I paid for this membership and this, all of that. He gets up and he says, here, have mine. And he just gives it over to her. And he goes, the way I looked at it, and he did some calculation, he goes, I've been able to use the bike 3,700 times since I began working out at this gym. Do you think giving up my bike one time for this young woman that was not handling it well would make me lose all my fitness? And so the young man doing the interview went, wow, this guy is just teaching me so much. And I just love that. So, what am I saying with all of this? I'm saying, check what comes out of your mouth when you're talking to somebody. I'm happy for everything except, but. And then, if it is really truly everything, and it's truly happy, and it's truly contentment, and it's truly joy and serenity, but, and that but happens to be your butt, your weight, then that's what you can do. Lucky you. You can take the time to totally indulge yourself in how you want to lose your weight. What a concept. Because if everything else is happy and content, then you don't have to hover over those happy and content moments, and you can focus on yourself and losing the pounds that you wanted to lose all along that would have made you happy, and see what happens then. Maybe you will lose the pounds that can make you happy. Then you can be content. And then when that voice, those words inside your head, I'm really happy, but you can say, enjoy your ride. You've got it at a place that is pitch perfect for you. Be grateful. Be happy. Now go and help somebody else that could use some encouragement for their I'm happy except for place. And that's what that man got from interviewing those older men in Men's Health. And that's what I got from this interview, is that if you're that happy and you can work on that one thing, you'll get good at it, you might lose the weight, and then think of how you can bring that to somebody else and help them. And it will give you purpose. And then what does that do? Well, it makes your esteem feel good. It adds to your contentment. It adds to your serenity and your joy. And then you can say, I'm happy and content and filled with joy, gratitude, and serenity. Instead of, I'm happy with everything but, right? If it's just the weight, it's almost a luxury problem, right? Because you can just focus on that and that alone. And know that the investments and the good years that you've had will carry you through. And then you can give it away to somebody else. You can help somebody else because you've been successful with the but, except for my weight, right? This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. Have a grand day. I'm happy with everything but my weight. You can change it. You can. And then you can help somebody else. Bye-bye for now.